Now our mics should be on. You know? Although we still do hear that beat.
Yeah. La pizza.
Just gotta make sure you can see me now.
La pita bread. La pita bread. Con la pita la ita. I hear you. Bread. I don't hear me though. Pita. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, wait. Let me see.
Sound check.
Sound
check. Sound check.
Right.
Sound check. Sound check.
Right.
Sound check. Sound check. Sound check. Sound check. Sound check. How you sound now?
Yeah, it sound good.
Sound good now? I think I might have blasted you at some point.
At some point, yeah, I caught that.
Oh, okay.
It already passed.
Yeah. I was
that
like,
was mad funny.
That's not good for people to. That's not good on the ears, man. I definitely tried not to do that. But I think everything is fine now. I mean, my mic should be good. My hair's looking crazy. Oh,
Yo, what's good, people?
I know, right, man? Sorry, what's going on? Make sure we're on.
You already know. Rob Hegan. ALBYBEATZ.
Look at all this. I'm doing all this.
Now you get it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's like a fire little video scene right there with the lights on the mirror.
I was like, I'm just trying to fix the camera. I'm just trying
I know. Those are good ideas right there.
So, like, when I'm doing this, I got to be able to flip it right here and then let you be the star. See what I'm saying? For the,
all right. Love. Appreciate y'all. What's up? Again,
so
I think it's right. I'll be getting his camera all set up. How y'all feeling? Love to y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in.
All right.
On this fine Monday.
Oh.
Yeah, perfect. Dang.
There you go. Even though the lighting is like super great actually, because I also turned down the light. So, all right, man.
Yeah. So look, we both sound really good.
Yeah.
Like clear. Like don't even whenever you're gonna speak loud.
I'll try not to get too in the mic.
Yeah, I gotta put my shit far. I like it like this.
Okay.
Man,
that's good.
Man.
I mean, I think the levels should also indicate from right here. In the back right there. Yeah.
Bang gangster.
So that should work. Whew, all right, what a week.
Love, people. Facts, what a man. Week. How y'all feeling?
What a week.
How you feeling, my G?
Let me see, man. I might have to get some help here.
Oh, yeah, you already know.
Let me see. I'm feeling...
I'm at peace, man, but let's look at that.
I don't know the word is there necessarily,
but
that. I think I'm really reading through all this stuff because I'm just like,
You know, it's funny. I said I'm at peace, and I saw peaceful, and then it said grateful, and no lie, man. You know, but I ain't gonna front. I definitely just tapped into that feeling. Like it just, I just realized like, oh, but I ain't gonna front. Like you said, woo, tough week. I was definitely finding some, like, you know, what was it, sadness. I would say I was in blue.
Yeah.
Blue and yellows with no green, but.
Blue and yellows with no green. No green. Okay.
Yeah, but it was a play on no cash, no money.
Okay. Now that ain't people.
But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I got a job, people. I got a job, so it's a blue collar work. It's blue collars.
So shout out to the job. I'm keeping this. I kept that on for too long. Just blocking them. I should have moved it to the side.
Nah, but the people need to see too, man. They probably on the same time. How y'all feeling? I'm gonna do y'all like Steve from Blue's Clues. How are you? Right. Do you see the box right here, feelings? Do they resonate? There's a lot of feelings there, man. Even if you felt numb and thought you didn't feel feelings, you actually would be on the angry side.
This is, let's see. I mean, I'm still a little, I'm you know, I'll go with the gray, but not the middle part of the gray. It's,
oh, for sure.
No, even that.
Oh, we're just jumping right into it, right?
No.
Imagine.
Well, I am disgusted. I'm disgusted.
We're all disgusted. There's a lot to be disgusted about out here.
Well, look, I like this word right here, actually. That? So I guess I'm in the blue area. Fragile. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That blue got some good, man. They all got some great words. No, it's amazing. It's like, yeah, you use that. Go, wow, I'm on this whole spectrum. I feel rainbow.
I walked around. I don't feel rainbow. It's kind of blue and then yellow. So some yellow and some blue. But that word stuck out to me, I guess, looking at it. So,
fragile.
Can I say
that's
wow?
Love. That's strength. That's strength to say that.
Yeah.
You want to say wow?
I don't. I don't know that I can get into it here, but it's tough because I'm also yellow, you know. So I don't. Yeah. And then a little bit of gray with the disgusted, especially after what you told me. You just reminded me, and we'll get into it in a bit, but. Right. Yeah, no, the fragile piece is just, I guess, I will say, I can sum it up in a way to mean, like, I guess maybe more anxious as well, but also vulnerable because some of the things we talked about, this weekend. Remember when I called you? So, yeah, that's why I think that word's standing out. Still haven't had certain conversations, so
love.
it's still so fragile in a way.
Yeah, I fucks with that. I felt I was in the blue, like I was telling you. That's what I'm saying. Like it's people, you're gonna feel a lot of feelings. You just gotta let yourself feel it. Cause I was not, you know what I'm saying. I'm very high aware of the fact that I stepped into yellow. Like when we just started, and I was just like seeing like, oh, here we are, just mad calm. It was just a presence moment, and what made me feel peaceful and grateful was like how we were over here just comfortably like, finding the camera looking a little better, a little sharper, getting the angles right, getting the sound right. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these things I was looking around just being grateful for, like, oh, everything's going well. But tapping into knowing, I was definitely, you know what I'm saying, on that boat with you, bro. So well, in the blue of depressed, and had felt anxiety. And then awareness just starts, awareness is really key.
Yeah.
Because once you start weighing the things and realize, actually you're on your side, right? So you start focusing on the good. You want to focus on the good. You know what I'm saying? You were aware of both. But when I think about reminding myself what's going well and, you know what I'm saying, what there is that I can still focus on, those things help. You know what I mean? So you don't just find yourself, then the colors fade and then, I'll be in gray. Disgusted with myself. For real, man.
Yeah.
Being like, oh, man, I wasted time. Then you'd be too down on yourself. Like, I should have said something. Well, pull up those words, man. I bet you that gray, I resonate with all that. I'm telling you, like, look.
I should probably put the tone with...
Oof, nauseated. Right. But that, right. Judging, right, and low and bad, right, for sure, disappointed, for sure,
disappointed,
And then once
there's
I can't, once you don't want to feel those things, I resonate with them feeling withdrawn and numb. But then I don't like the numbness, because I know I'm feeling these things, but then I don't get to numb, but I'm bouncing between distant and withdrawn and distant, withdrawn, and then become critical. Don't know. Oof. Talk about it. It's like we should make it a pinball machine.
A pinball machine and just
that just feels like
and just turn it.
Like all those words, bing 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 bling bling. You just be bouncing off them. Just then people will learn. And all those words will start. All the emotions will start popping up in their head. Like
Well, I mean, just getting into the practice, like what we've been doing, is also helpful. Just looking at it, this seems so basic. So the funny thing is that it seems so basic, and others might find it corny. But it's like this is part of the things I think that's important to do every day, or at least once a week.
For sure.
At least once a week, and even just get in touch with these words exactly. Not just saying like I feel like, and then it's really a thought, not a feeling. So if you was to ask me that, I could have said, I feel like I'm, a little weak right now. It's like, no, so you feel weak. It's okay.
Fragile.
Didn't
even say weak.
So
it's kind of nice because it won't even be weak, because for us as men, like, I would understand why some don't, or I have seen some don't want to resonate with that word. You know what I mean? Like, and then they start just stepping out of, and to them it's in character, but for me it's out of character. Once I'm looking at you and we cool, bro. Why you turning up on me for?
Yeah.
What's up? Like, relax.
That happens too.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's like, you come, so.
Oof.
But.
So, I haven't asked any, like, have you come across any, because we were doing this earlier, but, any, like, music or anything that resonated with you recently, like, kind of addressed that, or anything you saw, any movie that you watched, or show you anything you got into that was, like, not only, like, you thought represented, like, a feel-good story just for men, that where men were represented well. He was like, I fucks with that, genuinely, like, I like what you're representing. I mean, because the last time we talked about something was Big Sean's new song. Where it was all about fatherhood,
Yeah, love to that. Man, brain fart. I mean, right now.
No, listen, I got myself.
Right now, I can't think of it. No. But I have been taking in. It's a good question, because I have been taking in a lot of content because I realized that like that I keep forgetting that is actually a nice escape, an outlet, like to take in other arts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But like I think it's not that it's like a little bit of like forgetting, but also not having faith in that because of this whole thing that's been the whole algorithm. Like it just feels so like it's a trap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a weird balance I'm trying to find of like, yo, like, so I do have what got me into a very nice peaceful mood today. Like what? Because I be trying to like think like, yo, I got to start this Monday right. That's why I feel like that's half the reason why we decided to make this Mondays. So we could start this with this conversation, right? And even if you don't get it the first day, like let the conversation kind of continue, because maybe by Wednesday, Thursday, you know what I'm saying, there'll be more conversation, and hopefully at some point you tap into our comments. But Inside Out comes to mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's not I mean, I think it's unisex. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just when you're a kid and you go through these emotions.
Had still positive examples, I think, for and it would be good for men in general to just watch.
It's right on time, bro. Talking about like dealing with understanding emotions of anxiety and embarrassment, and you know, what was it? I forgot one of the words, the blue one, but it was giving me like that like indifference kind of feeling, like one of those emotions there.
Okay.
That was really nice, but
yeah, no, I have to check it out. I know you told me about it, definitely.
Toto. Let me see real quickly. Hold on.
You got another one? No, I don't have anything.
This song
myself that I can think of that I've done that I've seen recently. So you got it. Oh, look, you got a nice freeze. So let me see if this works for me. Oh, this doesn't work for me. So good stuff. What is
Watch. Toto Espinosa. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to put that on for the people. It's just the instrumentation, man. It's kind of interesting. Like, I've just been so many arts, man. Like, I draw, make music, want to listen to music, want to write my own music, make the beats. Like, it's a little bit almost like too much. Like, no, for real. Like, not to complain, but it's like for me, it's hard to start and finish something. So then, like I was saying, like I forget, like, yo, bro, take in something, like relax, like just watch something. Because as I'm watching something, even now doing podcasts, I can't help but just see and think like, oh man, that would be interesting. Or like, look at what they did with the lighting, or look at what they did with putting like, oh, this, or the timing of this, blah blah blah. Like taking it in and thinking like, well, that's a really good piece of art. I want to apply that instead of just enjoying it. Inside Out was something really great to I just watched and enjoyed. Toto Espinosa is something that
let me see what he had.
I don't know how it even came to me, bro. I can't remember right now. It was.
Let me see where he at.
Oh, it was on somebody's somebody on Instagram. Like they put music on their post about Frida. And so Toto Espinosa, Frida Kahlo, Frida, I forgot how you say her last name, Kahlo, that track right there, I was listening to that. And that right there changed my whole mood. Do you know how to say her last name?
Kylo?
Okay.
I'm not too sure. Okay. That's what's up, man. So you got a little bit, gave us some background music. That's what's up, man. I didn't, like, even the music instrumental. Think of it
as background work.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's good. That's good. Because it's a 5-minute track. Yeah, that's some feel good stuff.
Hopefully they allow us to just keep that moment right here. But whatever. Maybe we'll just talk some bullshit right now. We have to cut it out.
That's right. That did happen last time, right?
Well, yeah, but those things have words. I don't know how much. I think it was Elevation Worship. They allowed us to have their music on there with the picture and everything. It's just like, you know, it just catches it. I don't know. But remember that homie that he made that song that you was putting us on to? He took our shit off.
Yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, man. So these are different things. Now, this doesn't have to do technically with what you said about like.
Oh no, but I think because the Inside Out is. But this is also another piece of art that, like, you know, yeah, it feels good, man. You were consuming, putting me onto something you got put onto.
You know, fellas, I just don't wonder, or even to the ladies too. This is the thing that came to me where I was like, man, I'm not really catching much music that doesn't have too many words already. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to find how you feel, trying to like just like feel your own emotions, it's kind of like a lot of noise when it's like it's never. Think about like how many times you're listening to music and it already has a message in it, so you're kind of tapping into the emotions of what the artist put into there instead of kind of finding your own way.
Right.
So this shocked me, bro. I just saw it on a post. I liked and I was like, damn, interesting. I like that sound.
Yeah.
Found it on YouTube, and then this popped up.
That's good, man. No, listen, I love stuff like this, man.
Oh, gangster.
So instrumental is my shit. So this is fire. Yeah, man. I do like listening to this.
Look at that art right there.
Mostly,
Can I see that too?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's what everyone's.
Oh yeah, felt
So, yeah, man.
That bro, man.
No, I like it. That's
love,
how I'm like, look,
man.
we're never getting lost. It's like in a trance.
Yeah. So
it's so peaceful and calm, man.
I found myself like feeling. I relate to what you were feeling, and then being bouncing from the blue and the gray.
Yeah.
And you know, thank God. I don't know. I just put this on, and I was like, okay, thanks. Because I was trying to do music a lot, but I found like it was your beats, and I couldn't just listen to your beats and not try to write music to it. So I was like, damn, I cannot work. What's going on? So now I try to put music, but the only things that I've ever like heard, they just exude emotion already. And so I just found that it was making me sadder. Like, but at least I'm feeling this feeling, but I'm just singing. Yeah. It's just tears and rain. I was just like,
okay, no words.
Yeah, depressing. Like, still, obviously, I know I'm depressed. Shit, like, so here, no words, man, it's great. And speaking of no words, and you just put up some Gaza shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, that actually, I think with that was that's feel good. I think what I have here, Amen. So, this is actually a beautiful video, though. This would be a feel good moment because it reminded me of resilience. Hopefully, it plays because sometimes this acts up and doesn't want to play. But it's basically you see the gardens that they made.
Nice.
And then look, even in the displacement, they plant beauty was the tweet. So for some reason, I'm not playing because it just wants to be stupid. But man, and that damn Amber Rose video played, but this one don't play. Look, that's that shit, bro. Look, this gonna play. Well, there's the Amber. I don't know if you've seen this, but this I'm not even gonna give that. No, I don't even want to put that anywhere. I said her name already. She don't need any more attention. All right, this is another feel good moment. Check this out. So someone put, perhaps this is the coolest sports picture ever, right?
That is pretty fire. Dang, and that's an actual whatever jet, one of those jets flying over. That's fire.
What's crazy is that that's a college game.
Right. Oregon, Wisconsin, right? The Ducks, right?
I don't know. I don't watch much college football,
yeah.
but to me, I find that that's just.
Look at that plane. The planes what got me. Wait a minute. The people. Wow. That's fire. Did they know that they did that? Did they do that on purpose? The stars.
I don't know the American flag, but listen.
That's pretty crazy. That's man. To
me, that's
AI could do this.
Wild, patriotic.
AI could do this, no?
Well, check this out then. Somebody wrote. They said no. This is the coolest picture. And they said, so if you're just all about American propaganda and you think sports only belongs in America, then you would think that's the coolest picture in sports ever. And I'm like, this picture is actually technically like
touche.
This is a fire picture. Come on now.
And
that they playing baseball, dogs.
Yeah. Like Dude,
took
it's
this
amazing.
picture?
They couldn't find any dirt road. Why they're doing it with mad bags? Like they literally
No,
outlined the diamond. No,
assuming,
look, the whole
yeah.
shit over there. You see the line of blue of reds over here by the glove? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like that's making me feel like they make that the diamond, the big diamond, the whole.
That's how you gotta love it,
That's
man.
wild. Nah, this got to be different. That's fire. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
You know, and then it's again, boof. My perspective starts to change. You're like, you're right, but I didn't think that picture was cool. And I don't like football, so I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this
The plane
representation.
got me though, cause that shit it looked
Yeah,
like the
that's just
machine logo too. If
and
I was with the
but it's like, come
copies,
on, man, you flying. How much tons of gallons of fuel you're wasting just to fly that over a game,
right?
and you're not even using it for its purpose.
Yeah, they don't. I'm thankful for that.
That's a war
I'm thankful they're
machine.
not using that right
But it's
there.
like,
But I hear you.
let's just fly over a regular college game.
Right.
It's
Oh,
just
one of those
this
fancy people. It's
picture.
not
This
it's
picture
not
reminds me
just.
of American like abundance or whatever the, not even
Yeah.
abundance.
No, no, no. No. That's a good
American
word. Well,
greed,
abundance is like
American like we have too much. Like this is
yeah,
wholly unnecessary.
yeah. I agree.
And the fact that a lot of these tickets probably cost mad bread still for
Wait
a
a
college
minute.
game.
Yeah, actually, I don't know.
No,
It
they
can't
do.
cost the same as the NFL tickets though,
No, they probably don't. But
which is interesting.
come on, what was it? Wisconsin
Check it out.
versus.
And you got to put like Wisconsin versus Oregon tickets. You got to put. You should just put the whole thing. Yeah, look. Wow, look. Oh, right there. Boom. They even highlighted. That must be. See, it's not just Wisconsin versus Oregon. Those are like they're like maybe
Let me see.
rivalries. Look at that. Yeah, about one like a 500.
Those seats were packed.
No, every seat was taken, bro.
At least that's more affordable because football games are like, yeah. Come on now, make money, man.
Nah, but that was the
money.
Trojans, bro.
There's
That wasn't
money.
the team. That's the
Oh,
Trojans versus the Badgers. So Wisconsin. We'll go back one more time, cause right there, Wisconsin versus Oregon. What's that? That's it. Badgers versus Ducks. Yeah, okay. And look,
Still the
wow,
same.
even cheaper. Oh, that's why they were able to do all of that. Eventually, save a lot of money. They trying to put up those prices.
Listen, it's just too much.
Go on.
It's too much.
No,
It's too
you know,
much.
listen, that's right on topic when I was saying like
Ah.
too much, and let's get into it with us, guy, because I want to hear your reasons. Like when I was talking about, I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think America needs more homes, but that's like a selling point in politics where they're about to give us like more homes and affordable housing and what else? Everyone gets health care. Like I'm like these ain't really like these. Everyone's dodging I remember against Jill Stein because I want to talk about Jill Stein, y'all. Everybody's dodging like this war in Gaza and not wanting to really talk about it.
Right.
And I just think about like how blind we are. We're over there helping people. We're giving weapons to people to destroy homes. And the irony that we're here talking about we need more homes. You know what I mean? Like it's weird.
Yeah.
Really, really weird.
I think there are enough homes here to still sustain us, and it's so fascinating that all they're putting up is new buildings. I think there are enough places for people to live. It kills me that we're not developing green spaces or spaces where like that could make neighborhoods sustainable. Like if you think about the amount of yard space and square footage that was used to just put up tall buildings, where you could have had a garden or you could have had a recycling center. And now that recycling center and then gardening could probably provide local fruit and vegetable to the people of this area and like large area, not just like this one little block. Like I'm
They're
talking
actually
about,
neglecting those
you know what I'm
ideas.
saying?
I
Like
feel
from here through
and
like
taking away
Cortona, you know what I'm
places like
saying?
that.
Exactly. And under the pretense that we need more buildings because we can't fit everybody. Yes, we can. And then it's funny enough, this person's complaining about some squatters, man. I found out the story about squatters.
Well, everybody knows about Tagger Towers in downtown. Well, now there's a Tagger Mansion happening out here in the Hollywood Hills. You can see it right there in the center of the screen. That's right at the corner of Mulholland and multi-view. Now, this one is a little bit
Man,
different
that
than the
that
problem
was
they were
beautifully
having in the
tagged. Look
downtown
at that.
area, because actually neighbors have been threatened
Those
by
colors.
squatters that have been here as well. This home is definitely completely covered in graffiti, and a lot of this graffiti is known by a lot of the folks that live in the downtown area. These artists are the same people that are basically
Is it weird that I'm proud?
Towers earlier on. But
I'm
the
proud
neighbors,
too as hell.
apparently they have been threatened and been confronted by armed folks that have been staying here at this home. LAPD definitely has been called here multiple times. They have escorted folks out of this building.
I don't want them to
But
do them like they
neighbors
did
saying they've returned pretty
was
quickly,
it
like
Most
within a couple
movement?
of
No,
hours.
this is
So
different.
what's
This
going
is
on
funny.
right now? Well, the council member from this area has been notified. She's basically saying that, well, this is the problem with the property owner. That property owner actually has another home that's in the Hollywood Hills that also has a squatter issue as well. This is an ongoing problem right now. It's kind of open-ended.
It's on Fox.
Woo. So to me, what I took out of that
Interesting.
story is that you were talking about we don't need no more homes, right? So what did you saw? Like there's people who said, "Yo, there's this mansion in Hollywood Hills that's been sitting here, and meanwhile we need shelter." They go into that home and they decide making it their own. Whoever owned that mansion has not stepped foot in that house for so long that people have been living there. And then if you heard the end, he said what's crazy is
property
that
owners, man.
they got 2 homes in Hollywood Hills that are experiencing the same thing. So
you
somebody
gotta leave
out
this.
there owns 2 mansions that they don't even visit, that they just forgot about.
Yeah. That's so weird.
Bro, you know what happened with the crib, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, right.
And I was already like, yo, that's just staying there. Like
Yeah.
a mansion, bro, that they're just like, whatever. Oh, that's what's going on. God, I'll have my secretary take care of it soon. So
Yeah.
now people say, yo, F this, we live in here. And to the point where they tagged it up, I was like, this is beautiful stuff, man. Some good work, man.
So yeah, so you should know who it
That's
is.
some good work.
Yeah.
That's like, come on now.
Look at the
Come on,
color
man.
schemes.
You know, because it's kind of crazy because that happens in places, right? 5 points, you know, it was an abandoned area.
That's what it reminded me of.
And then
yeah.
people just, and look what they're doing. So it's like people are just trying to have a place to live, and look at the creativity that comes out with people. They're probably, so now they look like criminals because they're scaring away the neighbors.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
But they're
for sure that's gonna be the conversation.
whoever's in there
but
has to be taking care of each other because you don't create this.
Of course.
If you're not.
And again, you
creating
want
a
to talk
community.
about something that was abandoned. Yeah, funny. It's funny. Like, these people need homes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so,
It's, come on, it's bad
like
out
the
here.
system, like,
It's
it's
bad out
already
here.
type 1.
It's bad
like,
out here.
I'm like, I have faith in us,
Nah.
but it technically already won by how stupid we sound. Like, it's so hypocritical. And that's why I get mad about, like, these talking points with Kamala, because I'm just like, I don't think we need homes, man. You want to push, like, your smile and, like, you're going to keep doing these things. Like, it feels too reminiscent of the Barack campaign where it was like I fell for the hope shit, too. Yeah, I mean, but then, and it's not to say he didn't do anything, but then where's the hope when I realized, it's not the hope in, my hope's in y'all. Like, I have to put my hope in my people. Like, I have to start talking to y'all more. Oh, y'all played me, bro. I'm like seeing it wrong and just giving you votes and shit like that because you're playing in my emotions. Like, I have to have hope for my people. I have to learn how to forgive my people. They ain't talk to you about that. Joy. Not, the government's not going to give me no joy. Like, I got to find joy. I got to see I got to see the joy. Not keep falling into, like, they playing on our emotions, bro. And Trump did it to y'all too, everybody. I have no bad things to say to people, but I'm just saying, like, yo, we're getting used out here. Whether you pick red, blue, it's like, so when it's about money, it's what I don't like about the red or blue. And I be like, want to ask questions at least about green and other parties, the People's Party, Independent Party. Like,
yeah,
why are they
we're
even
sticking
there?
to what's
Like,
comfortable.
I just want to have questions.
We're going to stick to what's
but
comfortable.
those 2 parties, they get offended, they get mad, they tell you like you're wasting your vote, you're not American. That's like, what are you doing? Like, go ahead, do your thing. They abandon you, leave you, and it's just also reminiscent of even this. They abandon everybody talking about money. These people abandon the homes, and these people are supposed to what? Just chill out here and starve.
See a mansion.
Especially
walk
when
by a mansion every day.
it's legal. That they're squatting rights. So what I'm doing is actually in the book that if I do it long enough, it can be legal. That's so weird. That's just weird. It's like, so if we
No,
could
and they're
just
trying to
refocus ourselves.
you know, folks are gonna work on eliminating squatters' rights. Like,
Of course.
there's gonna be
But it
legislation to get
exists.
rid
That's
of
what I'm
it.
trying to
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
Of course, they're gonna keep doing that.
right, for sure.
Of course, you're gonna keep
Um,
rewriting history so that it could benefit you and you can be right. Of course.
yeah, and
But
it's just sad,
while
man. But
we're alive and we see that, let's just keep talking about it while we're alive. Because, come on, bro.
and then also just to have, I mean, if folks thinks that if whoever looks at that and thinks that that's not okay, I mean, again, I would just want folks to revisit and rethink about what is our concept of, like, what do you think are really our human rights and our human basic rights, you know? And I do think it's food, shelter, and clothing, you know? And I think if we can meet those needs of everyone, you know, I think the world will be a better place. I think because it's I haven't found anyone too close to me that believes that things are okay in our society and in
Right.
general today. You know what I mean? I have
Right,
yet
right,
to meet a person that I can talk to that is like, oh man, things are great. Like I think everyone, to some degree, even they might be having a great day and a great week, but I think, you know, they recognize things are heavy. So, and it's because people, come on, man, like homelessness is such a problem. That's Hollywood Hills. California, like that there's known to be a homelessness problem.
From the Bronx, I would have never did. I would have thought, nah,
That's
they gotta
houseless.
have that. They gotta have that shit on.
But
they got
but
some
that's,
cameras.
I
in
mean,
there.
you know, they say
but
what they're
look,
called, the
that's
Hollywood
funny.
Strip where the stars are. They say that, you know, folks have been there recently. All tell me is this is not. They would say it's like New York in terms of like how like the New York metros, like it's just bad out there. Like there's folks, people just not living well. There's people who are homeless, houseless, unfortunately not taken care of, so they're outside. It's not this clean, glamorous look that I think we grew up with, as far as what Hollywood is and looks like.
Yeah, word.
And so, I think everyone in America is dealing with a houseless crisis. I think stuff like this is okay because it should happen anyway. You know, there's many. You walk by all these skyscrapers, and if you really notice, and I'm sure not all those apartments are filled. So there's enough space to house people. You know, there's people, and if that's in Hollywood Hills, you don't think there's like, who are we to not think that there's billionaires who live in New York City that have condos, apartments,
Right.
5 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms,
Yeah.
that they're just
But you just can't get up the elevator. You can't get inside the building.
that they just completely
Yeah.
that costs a penny to them. So they just, the same way we throw away a penny, the same way we probably could drop $1 and not really care.
It's
Like,
not a penny. But that's why I would like that.
But to
even
them,
they
to
need
them,
to,
to
but
them.
even not. But even they need to smarten
that's
up.
how
Because
that's how
you get like
that's
it's like
how
they can't
that's
bite
how
the hand that
you know
feeds them.
that's how the wealth is. And so, you know, imagine
Some of
being
them are
able,
just silly to me that they don't even know what they're spending. You feel me? Like, you know, like to you, like, yeah, it's a penny.
but they know because you know, we're talking about billionaires. You know,
Right.
a billion is a lot. Like,
Well, I think
billion is
the
like
billionaires, what it looks like or
It's a
feels, and
lot.
it feels like to me is like they're only staying up there because of, again, people believing in the system that is just giving up little by little on the ones who are never gonna get up there. And we have so much connections to each other now that we could talk and be like, that's wild. Like, oh, like I just saw someone that you know having a conversation with someone they don't know about what their family, like how their family came up from not having anything and now they're wealthy and this and that. And I was just reading the conversation like, it was a nice, healthy conversation.
Yeah.
But about the fact that they both came from like nothing, even the parents, but the parents did something.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, that's cool. I love to you, man. Like my family's still out here, like just, probably gonna die with their jobs. No one's really gotten that far, but it's really nice to see. And I was just like astonished, like this is wild. Like we're really connecting and have these conversations, but like you gotta just not believe in it. Billionaires are being like even now. Diddy was. All right, I'm gonna just. I said it
because that was it. That was it. Yeah.
Diddy was groomed by someone else. He don't run the industry. Maybe now
right.
because those motherfuckers are dying, like, and now they're gonna act like they don't remember shit because I'm 75. What? What? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, for real. Like, it's too obvious. Like, I even see old people now trying to act like they don't remember the abuse that was put in, and I'm wrong for remembering and just wanting to have a conversation about it. I see that now. You don't think I'm gonna? Come on, bro. It's all cyclical. So they doing that now. He gotta pay. But then people still gonna believe in that system. Want only look at him like money, cause Diddy's worth how much? Also what? So that's how much in the air? Oh word, that's mine. That's just greed, and just move on to the next shit. So it's like it's sad to see like a part of this bothers me. Like I don't have the answers. First of all, that's in our last episode. We don't have the answers. But the shit don't feel right. Where it's like I keep watching people of color like get abused, like get like, you know what I'm saying, ridiculed and chastised and crucified for abuse that feels like they didn't start. Of course, I know you should have some. You're gonna get yours. You should pay for what you did. At least show some repercussions and lose something like other people have lost. But I don't believe you started this. And for me, it's very important to get to the head of the snake. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's starting this, and this is like a big. Shit is weird. Like Kanye even losing his mind, and he's not. Apparently, he's clean, right? He just don't know how to articulate to us this wild shit that this is literally what's going on. This is apparently what he was trying to, but he can't tell us because he got stakes in here too. So it's all about the money. I wish I could tell you. That's apparently everybody. And it's like, well, I gotta watch R. Kelly cry over here. I gotta watch all the Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying? But C.K. Lewis went ahead, did some wild shit, and now we quiet about that. I don't want people to get chastised, but I also just want to have rehabilitation, like we talked about earlier. Like why we don't have that? Like I know it's hard to rehabilitate these people, even if they don't want to be helped. But I'm tired of this playing. Like I'm enjoying like the jokes when or the like people salivating over like, yo, he gonna go to jail, he gonna get what's coming to him, or blah blah blah. Like none of that is helping. You feel me? None of that is stopping this shit.
Yeah.
You know. But love, I want to hear. I want to hear your thoughts on this shit
no,
too.
You're right. I think because you well, to one part is I'll go with the jokes part. You know, I think to that the jokes is what minimizes it. You know, it allows us to just remember. Like last week, I was saying it's hard for men because we still don't have a lot of us don't have a foundation for talking openly about sexual assault and crimes like that, and behaviors like that, and so again, that's where the jokes come in. But the jokes now minimize what one person did, and then it just whatever he did stays on just him. When to your point, it's he's an extension of a much bigger evil that's out there in people that makes people behave this way and live this way. And so now he becomes the jokes, he becomes the butt of the jokes and the attention, and then it takes away. And then I think for us as men, I don't know, it's easier to joke, right, than it is to like really talk about like, yo, this is some, because at some point we all fucked with Diddy. You know, the D, the I, the D,
yeah,
right?
Can't stop, won't stop.
We
I'm
were
like,
all shaking, right?
I have to stop.
You
now
know,
I'm like, I gotta
need a
stop.
girl to,
Can't
like
stop,
we were,
won't
you know
stop.
what I'm saying?
I gotta stop.
There was a lot of us, you know, and for a lot of men, like, you know, and then again, a lot of men I know.
Now, bad boy just even sounds weird. Bad boy. I was like, wait, I like it. I was just like,
And again, the troubling part is that I've seen it because to me, I gave up on celebrityism a long time ago. Like that's why it's hard for me to get enthused about any celebrity, especially the ones that I already looked up to, because it's been disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. I just don't like. I've been gave up on Diddy. Like even when he changed his name to Brother Love, I already was side eyeing him. Like I don't buy. You know, I know because what I didn't even know about the stuff that came out now about him. I remember reading the rumors and stuff. Well, the allegations about Cassie.
His physical violence, right?
Yeah, that I remember hearing early on, and that was already like, Diddy. I already been taught like more than likely it's true. It's not just allegations. And then the second thing is just finding out what kind of CEO and boss he really was to his artist. You know, which is like putting them in bad contracts, like especially what he did to the Locks and Jadakiss and them.
I didn't know that he publicly, when you were talking about Don Richards from That and He Came.
Don Richards, yeah.
I didn't know that he was like, I saw a clip of it actually broadcasted that he fired all of the ladies but kept her and told her like he still wants to work with her. And I was like, wow, that was on the episode, like on the show, like, damn, that's awkward, bro. Now when y'all realize, like, everything we were young, so it's just entertainment. Like, y'all kids now, this is all entertainment. It's mad
And then
funny
it's crazy
for y'all.
because everybody behind the camera really knew, like, yo, this is really
This
him.
is serious.
This is really
like, this is
him.
not a joke.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and
Oh,
he won't let you live this down.
Right, yeah.
Like, it's, you know what I'm saying?
Because they already seen him act out behind stage. They've seen him scream at people. They seen him probably beat on Cassie, which is already the allegations.
This is where we gotta grow up as men and get our emotions, like, tap into these things, because I don't want it to be like what happened to me, that I don't feel for people until I start feeling what people did, what happened to them. Like, oh, now I understand. But you don't gotta go through suffering to understand people, bro. You don't really gotta go through that. You just gotta be there for them, listen to them, hear them, try to feel. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna feel what they feel, but you're gonna hear them.
Oh yeah,
oh my gosh!
So
you were saying,
just how, like, in terms of giving up, like Diddy, again, what he did to his artists, that was the part, like, again, with not only Danity Kane, but
the locks,
with these guys trapping them in their deals for a long time. They couldn't publish records without him taking a huge percentage of their albums, which is why they really weren't making much money, and that's why he gave them their there was rumors around that he, like, last year or a year ago, he gave them back their masters finally. So you know how I literally have your tracks recorded here? Yeah. Like, that's like me holding all that shit, bro, and never giving it to you till now. Right. Imagine me having your first records and never giving it to you.
This isn't very important, though, like, for y'all to understand who y'all messing with. Because see,
it's kind of crazy to think that somebody would do that.
Yeah.
Right? I would never.
But to me, if
to know
I
that
died,
Diddy did that to the Locks,
I would say that all of that is yours anyway.
Right.
So that's why, in my opinion, like, we don't gotta go and find who to work with. A lot of the times I see artists have great circles around them, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so shout out to this guy named Classics, the writer. Classics, I've seen him perform, and I believe that I actually am seeing him, like, connect with artists around and collaborate with them and have his a posse that's growing up, bro. Like, this is like Jay Jetson, that they were at the open mic, and Mike Mensa was like, I feel like you know what I'm saying, I don't know them, but I felt like we're rocking with May, we peeped them connect, and I feel like it happens on that kind of level. You know what I mean? Where we don't have to continue to work for the people up in the ranks and prove something. Like, prove it to yourself and you're actually great. You know what I mean? Because look at you mentioned the Locks. What?
He did,
like, as if they ever needed.
And
you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real.
And so these are, that's when I was like, wow, Diddy's really different. And then, we already heard stories about Birdman. And so at that time I was like, man, I'm done with Diddy. So, bro, you can look at any of my tweets, Facebook posts. I don't think you will ever see anything that I posted up, like, around Diddy. Like, he was not. Because my way of, it's just like, let me not give them light. So, even Big Pun, like, I'll still listen to a record, but, you're not, you know what I'm saying? When you heard me tell you, yo, I'm going to throw on that Big Pun, right? Like,
I mean, no, I remember, I remember that you was
so, still, but it's like, with Diddy, it was the same thing. I'm like, I'm just not going to give him no light. Like, I found out he's actually a pretty shitty person, so it's like, I'm good on that. I'm good on praising Diddy and the love, man. I'm like, I don't believe none of that shit.
It's wild that
brotherly
it's in the
love,
lyrics, right? It's wild that it's in the lyrics.
But again, so
Big Pun was violent.
How do we get people? Oh yeah, a lot of
and his lyrics
right
too.
There. A lot of that's
and
what I'm saying. But we don't know.
We're not tapped in. Like,
are we even given the space to analyze this stuff? That's what I'm saying. To even know what we're watching. Even know what we're watching or what we're like. Because again, I mean, I think there were certain moments where people did that. Like, probably their earliest moments could have been in middle school, maybe, where an adult was like asking me to think about the content that I'm.
Mr. Teasdale was kind of like he was doing.
I mean, Miss Washington from 5th grade. I think it was Tinny. Like,
yeah, they were jacking it.
I'm pretty sure they these conversations were present, but again, I think it's something that we have to continuously talk about. It's not like one-off conversations, but like, let's continue to analyze what's in front of us, because if not, we just take it, and then you figure out like, whoa, this content's really not good for me. So with Diddy now, I think going back to now this where we are today, I think it's just a struggle. What you said it's just a struggle that I think we keep joking. It's easier to joke. The baby oil now, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, I'm good on the jokes. Like, that's it. Like, I don't want to see no more baby oil jokes, no more like the diddler. You're going to Diddy, like, this dude is like, that's memifying him, giving him light, and when right now his light needs to be dimmed right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, the light needs to be like shut down. It needs to be apagado. You know, that's it. We don't need to give it more light. And if we're gonna joke on it, then we're not fixing it. Oh yeah, no, I saw the comment. That's why I think I answered the question. Now. Hopefully, I hope that answered it for you. I believe that's a Shan Merce.
Yeah, shout out to
shout out to, I think it's that Chantel.
That's
like,
DJ.
Is it? Yeah. Okay.
Fire.
Nice. I wasn't answering the question, but yeah, man, it's because that the jokes is like off the roof, man.
Well, we could tap into what I sent you in the few, like
that's also symptoms of like social media, you know, just the trolling behavior. And I struggle with that, man. I was working with a young kid. I remember one time, and like his thing was joking even around like the N word, like nigga, right? Like he was saying nigger, but then he took out the GG and he put a K, nicker. And then, but he would then look you in the face and be like, but I'm not. Really
what ethnicity was this guy?
Oh, he was black. Oh. He's like, oh, but I'm not saying nigger.
Yo, bro, you fighting the wrong battles. I'm gonna tell. I was gonna tell you,
like,
you know, kid, you got a lot of battles to fight in the future, and you're just
and that is just like you see it.
It's kids, man.
You see it at a lot more. Like it's really the trolling. Like I can't take nothing serious, and I think it's because again, look, we consumed a lot of content when we were small, when we were younger, right? But imagine now again the 24/7 access to content, because we didn't have 24/7 access to content. Right. So the music that did hit us in spurts. You know what I'm saying?
And we actually watched shows too, man. You remember that, man? We actually watched
even that.
I don't feel like I don't know if kids watch them.
No, they watch shows.
No, but like
it's like again,
Family Matters.
24/7 access.
Like now they're watching like One Piece, Devil May. You know what I'm saying? A lot of even the content kind of changed.
It definitely did that too. That's like, for sure. Content
it's
definitely
interesting.
changed
I have
a lot
nothing negative against it.
No,
but I'm just like,
just very different.
I'm like, word. It's
just very different.
The way they feed us is at specific times is quite interesting. Like.
Very different.
Especially seeing how there are people in charge that have a broad spectrum, like they're bird's eye viewing this, and they're even calling us like, I didn't know, like we're millennials. You know what I'm saying?
E-bombs word. That's true. Yeah, we are good guesses. Chantel's right. The content it's not only like it's a lot, and but to your point, it felt. I believe that the content though was wider, like.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah. But then now there's an algorithm, so now
and that's why some of it is timeless, you know. That's why a lot of stuff is being recreated.
True.
You listen to music. I was listening to some old merengues, and I'm still like, even just that, I was like, wow, they were really recording this in the 1980s, and they're talking about love and or cheating and like the same type of stuff that's still happening now. This is 40 years.
Or both.
It's like 40 years later, you know, which is kind of
always
amazing,
love and
right?
cheating, right? So it's never like long-term commitment and like paying bills.
How do we make sense of it though now? Because we're stuck in that same bubble, and then of like the phone and the content, and also like kind of getting this 24/7, and then how to like imagine again for young people. Yeah. So it's hard. Even like how do we get grown men to stop joking about Diddy if grown men don't know how to take a conversation about sexual assault serious, and they feel uncomfortable talking about it in a serious way?
There's an episode that you said we would shame them.
You
remember?
No. I didn't say no. Well, I'll go.
He said it might be beneficial to hear that we should maybe shame them for, because like, and I could see it working. Like being like,
well, because they have to feel ashamed first, and if they don't think, they will just feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
How can I shame you for feeling uncomfortable?
And then I'm wondering. I'm not against it. Like it might if that's the game they're playing. No, you know what I'm saying? Right. That now they're playing the game of like.
My shaming was more on like people who behave. Like it's just shame the behavior, not the person. So that's why I was because I'm trying to help, right? So it's like if it's again think about a young man who jokes around about Diddy, whatever. Because you asked me like how the young kids dealing with So again, it's all jokes. I don't think no one's talked about it serious yet. But then again, on a side note, I also haven't approached enough to know who would really take it serious or not. But if I do see that joking around, like how do I get these young men to not take it as a joke? Right?
Can I give a hypothetical?
And then
Cause that's what I was saying. When you say shame them, I could see how like it won't be. I mean, I know helping like, but like what I would tap in like, what if? Cause this is what my question always is like. Well, all these jokes about this guy, like it's not just Diddy. Like it's just a man in power who got. That's just call him that. Yeah. So like, if a man in power took advantage of me, and I'm watching you, and you're making these jokes. If you talk, like, you know what I'm saying, it might be, it's way out of line, maybe if you're like, you know what I'm saying, crossing a line of saying that. But like, I would wonder if they felt ashamed, if it's like, you know, you're saying these jokes, but there are people around you who are taking advantage of. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know if this day and age that people will even care. I saw a video, bro.
That's what I was going to say. I don't know that. But my question is, would that even hit with a grown person? You know, because I honestly, I remember trying the whole, like, what if it was your sister? And even with grown people, sometimes that don't even work. And not specifically grown men. Like, that don't work. Like, that's not going to be my sister.
You're not wrong, because I saw a video,
it'll be ego, like,
of a woman.
That's not going to be my sister. Yeah. Or if that happened to my sister, well, I mean, I don't know. She might have did something. Like, you know, like, you usually...
They get violent. They be like, oh, that person would be dead. I'll handle that.
You rarely hear, damn, you're right. I never thought of that. Wow, you're right. I never thought about what if it was my sister. Like, you know, I barely got that. Like, I don't know.
But the truth is, they probably never did think about it. That's what I was saying. I don't really tapped in, like,
because you don't. There's no comfort.
Truth is, you never really thought about it.
Well,
like,
for sure.
Right.
But where's the foundation, right? So what comes to my mind is like, okay, so if these kids make a joke out of it, these young men, then the other way to get to them is by modeling. They never seen a man talk about sexual assault in a serious way, because again, they go online and what is it? It's all jokes. Everybody quick to run to make a skit now of how Diddy's going to jail and how they're gonna fucking probably rape him in jail. So now it's a joke, and so that's what they're saying. They're saying the plenty of no Diddy jokes.
Breast man, they're using everything, bro. It's crazy, bro.
So that's what I'm trying to say. So where is the modeling where now they can see at least men that they respect or at least like want to model after having these conversations, and you know. So the only thing I think I could do is then I sit them, invite them for a conversation, and don't run from the conversation when they start joking. Like, don't fall into it. Don't shut it down. Don't just like, y'all joking too much. That's it. We can't have this conversation. But like, y'all find it, you know, tell me what's funny about it, maybe, perhaps. I don't know, because that's the hard part. I get tripped up in that because I've tried some of that stuff. Like, what's so funny about that? Or I don't see how you don't find that funny. And it's sometimes like, they don't have
call them weird. I would wonder if in New York people don't like being called weird.
The thing is that they don't
weird,
no,
bro.
No, and then on top of
weird
that,
shit.
And because then you also have to get their peers to feel like it's weird. Because the thing is, it's a lot of them that think that way. So you're probably the only person, and then probably more than likely grown man who's telling them something different, telling them you could be a man in a different way. But they're like, okay, sir. Like, but when I step into this community, all my peers think this way. You're literally the only one telling me to think differently. And how do we look at people when they say something different and they don't want? They're crazy. Oh, that's it, loco ahí que está hablando. So sometimes I know that young people have that. They're like, you don't know nothing. Like, you don't know nothing, dude. Like,
Yeah. But they are young, like she said. Yeah.
And there's some peers.
It would be. I mean, you're talking about.
It's about reaching the peers because that's what happened to me, right? Like, I was able to be reached by certain adults that found a way to reach me at such a young age, and I was able to understand it differently. So now I could talk to my peers, and then whatever influence that was to my peers to come with a different perspective. So my thing is just working with them to find, because there are going to be teenagers who get it, because there are teens. I do believe that age, like, there's spirits that just travel through generations, you know, and through people. So there's probably a high schooler I worked with that had a mind of like already a wise ass person, and that they could have done something. I mean, Tupac.
Discernment.
Tupac was so wise. And he died at what, 20?
17.
And when he died at, he said some of the most profound shit, and he died at 25, 24. Yeah. So he was already knowing about.
And they got footage of him talking at 17, bro. Like, I was like,
really profoundly.
This guy know how to speak.
You know, it's about finding and sparking the young people there that would be like, you know what, we gotta do something different. You know, we gotta appear differently.
For sure.
And then they'll hopefully, you know. So then the work here, I think, is also, I go back to like then speaking to men, because I do think that there's men that never grow out of that. And then it's harder to reach them now because now you're adults. And now you were told, remember, once you get at this age, there's certain things you just cannot take from people. So it's like, how would I tell a man how to joke around or not joke around or to take, again, this thing seriously?
You made me think about how the peers sometimes affect us a lot because, like, if they accept it, then, you know, really, what can you do? You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, you know, that's how my parents raised me, like, saying, like, show me your friends and I'll show you what kind of person you are.
Yeah.
I never really liked that.
But it's like...
Because they didn't really have faith in my friends. So it was kind of like, you don't know me. Like, it's weird. Like, it's weird.
But then it rings true when you're kind of older.
Well, like, I do see how, but it rings true until, like, bro, you gotta tap in. Like, it feels great. Like, I don't know, not great that, but it feels. It doesn't feel. It feels like good energy. Like to put. I like to empower everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just know I've never understand why. Like in that instance of the person saying, like, you know, I'm gonna go with my crew and like, or you alone, you're the only one saying that to me. It's like, well, why do you think that says something about me? Why don't you question what that says about you? When it's like, yeah, you're going to go and follow the crowd, aren't you? And just be with the people that are saying something. What do you resonate with what I'm saying? If you ever think like everything matters, even this right now, like, you know what I'm saying? Like what people who are tapped in, like why is this message coming to you? Like we downplay everything. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So like, I like what you were saying. Like there are other, you know, spirits that travel out here, and it would be actually something to focus on those people instead of focusing on like, I mean, it's quite interesting when you think back to the Diddy thing. Like think like all the focus on Diddy and now his face is plastered everywhere, and no one talks about the healing that has to happen. The other side of the coin, right? Like
the people who are hurt by his actions.
Yeah, and what that must be like. That you have a platform and all you keep doing is putting the abuser's face on there. And there's no conversation whatsoever about what the healing, what that takes, and how to get there. You know, that even I'm there for you, I feel you. It must be horrible. I just find that, you know, it's a very interesting society. Like all of this connects in my mind. Like I don't.
Again, and I think landing at the challenging part that we have today is continually like
change.
Well, yeah, and then part of like the rape culture, you know, again, continuing, still being a thing that, you know, is we're at that level right there, right, that bottom level where like we're joking and you know, and we are again minimizing these things and now it's gonna continue to allowing it to happen elsewhere. You know, I'm pretty sure there's motherfuckers right now, right. If all the allegations are true, which they very well much could be, you know, again, that's.
He's not the only face I'm worried about. But I'm talking. Oh my gosh, Leonardo DiCaprio. Did y'all hear?
Yeah,
oh no,
I mean,
not Leo.
Yeah.
Leo.
I mean, I knew something was wrong with him when you see his dating. When you knew his dating like history, you know. Once I found out that he really dated them like young women and like like really young, I was like, okay, I wondered,
but he was in it young.
I was out on Leonardo.
Again,
ago.
he's another one who must have been groomed.
I think Will Smith was probably the only dude I'm still like, I'll fuck with you, Will. Still, he probably.
You don't give a fuck about Chris, huh? You don't give a shit about Chris. He slapped the shit out of Chris.
Chris Rock has been caught cooning too many times, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that claim
way too many times. I'm sorry, I can't.
That's shocking that he's like, yo, Will Smith is only.
So far.
Rooting for you, Will.
I'm rooting for you, Will. You know, there's a couple more, but I'm just don't want to talk about it. Since we were talking about
it's a good start. That just shows me, like, if Will's not, that's what's up, man.
But what did Leo do, though? Aside from, like, dating extremely young women.
Well, no, but it's just that they have footage of him, obviously, in these parties. Not footage, but pictures. And also, like, they have video of someone asking Diddy, who is one of your, like, who's your, like, the top guest, like you have to make the first person you invite, or like, or something like that, or like who's your favorite guest, one of those, and he was Leonardo DiCaprio, and I was like, oh, when you Diddy's favorite, I was like, oh
Say no. Leo, I heard you like him young.
But again, you know, I've been a fan of him as an actor, like he's been in this for young. If we're thinking about what's happened to these Disney people, what's happened to, I mean, so then that has to be the case for God forbid, I don't know, but like Natalie Portman was very young in these places.
Oh, Janet Jackson.
Come on. So it's like, his face is, again, I'm very conflicted about, like, you know what I'm saying, like rooting on the demise, like, publicly of, like, you know, people of color, when I'm like, yo, bro, like, look at like Harvey Weinstein's out here. I don't want his face plastered, but you know what I'm saying, look, I got rid of him quick. Yeah, I damn near killed Epstein.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Didn't want his face out there too long. And it's like, oh, they get a nice swift exit, but everybody, you know what I'm saying, people of color, like, it's like, and that's trauma for us, because me as a man, I walk around and I'm a problem now. I'm not safe. Like, people don't think, they're not gonna look at us as men and be like, yeah, he's good, he's good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna I don't know, I don't trust men. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, it happens, it's happening to all of us.
No,
And it's
I
like,
mean,
it's wild,
talk
like,
about it.
sheesh, not even judged on my character anymore. You know what I'm saying? I have no record like that, but I'm a man, heterosexual. Yes, I love women. No, I don't do none funky. I'm not on no freak offs. Like, now it's just all this like hypervigilancy, which you know that I already deal with that myself.
Yeah.
Where I'm going to parties and because of what I went through, I'm doing. So it's weird trying to let that go, but knowing like the world that I'm trying to let that go and step back into, they don't do that. They're not letting that go for me.
Right.
They got trauma to heal. It's like, ooh. You
Man.
know, you
It's
said
a tough one.
You said you were talking about rape culture, and the thing that I sent you actually tapped into that,
Let's see.
and I sent it in order.
Yeah, dude, it's we have a
It's sticky,
we have a
it's sticky.
problem. No, I mean I like that you mentioned that the Diddy being the face again, being a black man, and then like how this is dragging out. But you mentioned other men who are white, who look a certain way,
And that's just a few that I know.
who are also the face of.
I'm not in this
you
news
know,
like that.
And what sucks is that, you know, this idea of masculinity really comes from white men, right? So like the idea that we took on as black men and brown men is like really trying to be like white men.
Too, like,
It's like we're trying to be the white man, and then on top of that, but we're not ever gonna be that, especially not in this society.
Exactly.
And then look at what's happening with Diddy. It becomes
Follow
you
the
said,
money.
right?
You're gonna get dirty. You're gonna follow their path too.
Yeah.
And look,
So you're gonna get that, like, yeah, it's crazy. So I'm glad you mentioned that, because then it becomes this complicated conversation sometimes, because I think there are men who do look at this from a race perspective and like, oh well, like, so they deflect to avoid talking about Diddy's behavior and say, well, what
or
about
their own
what
predatory shit. You know how
what
many
about the Harvey Weinstein,
Dominican
which
men
is
I
like-
see that they want to talk about,
which is
like
you know,
they don't want to talk about their own little ways that they look at people, and you got to find out if they're of age. If I gotta at this age, if I gotta ask someone what their age is, I shouldn't be looking at that person honestly. You know what I'm saying? I leave that to the nice little 24-year-olds, 21, 18, 17. Like, let them deal with figuring out age. I'm at an age already where I shouldn't have the question. That's why I find it weird. Like, where's y'all discipline? Where's y'all self-control? Like, of course, everybody want to look good and feel sexy. But for real, like, I'm not dealing with people where I got to ask that question. How?
Because I think men, you know
crazy.
what, there was another thing that came to me as well, Rob, is that I think men, we sold this idea of like money, cars, the fast life for ourselves, that unfortunately that men, again, who believe that that's still the lifestyle, they just chase that still, and so they want to keep themselves young. Like, I can't tell you, it's odd, but I've been having that conversation recently, and it's funny with young people, where they're like, oh, how old are you? And I tell them, and then they're like, oh my God, I thought you were like 20 something.
Yo, they
not
scared
20.
to hit
They never
30.
say 20, but they say I got late
28.
20. I got late 20s a
Of
lot.
course,
Yeah.
they scared to hit
Yeah.
30, Albie.
No, it's just they don't.
They
when
make
when I
memes
tell them
all
that-
over it.
When I tell them that, it's like, wow, and then now I'm old. And then it's like, but you don't look
funny.
old. But then you also don't act old. But then you also like, you know, you are old because you are like, I could tell, you know, so
Old
it
is a
trips them
mindset,
out.
man.
And then they try to like, it's funny how even young folks are like, oh, aren't you happy? I told you look younger. Like, yo, in a way, is without saying that, but honestly, that's been the reaction to some.
That's funny.
And I would
That's
say
how-
it's been young men. that
Men
would say that.
compliment. Yeah, that's how men
Yeah,
compliment.
yeah.
Aren't you good? Happy I said you look young, shorty.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
So
man. Good for- I'm not my
it's
age.
like, and then it's like, wow, nah, I like this age, and I've had that conversation with family members. Like, listen, I don't
That's
get offended
silly.
because it's like, listen, we don't get to make it to this age. You know, I constantly say that. I'm lucky, you know, and then especially from where we're from, it's really luck, you know, because sure, we made choices,
For sure.
but like really, the stuff that goes on around here and the
Yeah,
and the
you can't
situations
call
we've
it.
been put in,
You can't call
like
it.
you know, and we talked about that already, right? So we we should be happy to age, but again, now you got this idea that like, you know, we still got to live a certain lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of men still abide by that, unfortunately. And so what comes with that is like also then feeling you are young, so you don't have this discernment, and you don't think about like, if I have to ask her for her age, and I'm probably too old. Like, nah, because they're about that lifestyle.
It's weird because again, so that it never ends. It's like when you're trying to ask somebody something and you want to start off on a positive note for the question. You feel me? You don't want to begin it like, or you want to, I guess, start off with the low, and then I don't know. However people whatever makes sense to them. But for me, I'm not gonna end the sentence with like, oh, I'm not old, like as if I care. You feel me? Like, you know, are they young? Like, are they young? Are they wait? You know what I'm saying? Even for me, like, it's not about being legal. Like, 23 is too young. 25 is damn near too young. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's just my preference. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Like, if God this is how I like to lead my life, of not looking for that, right? Like, you have all your own thing to do. Right? So everybody's mad people out there. If God sees it, that you go and you're doing what you like to do in your life, and you're not chasing these ideas of like, you know, I have to connect. I need to. I need a person. I need to connect to a person. I need connection. You're not chasing this, and God puts it in your path that you're talking to a 25-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's too young, that you're thinking in your mind, oh, I never thought. I say explore it then. If that's what happened. But some people I don't like where it's like, you know what I'm saying? They're going for that. They're moving for that. They only go to places because they're looking to connect. Where in those kind of romantic, you know what I'm saying, ways. But for me, if I just connect to the things that I love and shit like that, and that's where it happens, then I'll be able to explore. At least not come at a point where it's like, oh, I'm sorry. How old are you? I don't want to talk to you. Oh, come on. I'm not going to do that. That's not nice.
You can't put yourself in those positions, man. But again, I think...
Now I'm practicing self-control. I'm like, oh, I'm connecting to a woman. She's pretty. But that, you know, I'm saying now, well, how far am I taking this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to catch yourself. Like, get to know a person. It's not always that, you know, if you're attracted to them, that's got to be something. I'm attracted to them, bro. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, everybody out here has been attracted, you know what I'm saying? God bless you. Like, I imagine everybody has felt attracted or felt attractive to someone. That doesn't mean that you have to go and take that route. I would love men to start doing that, like, where it's like, catch yourself, where everything you're attracted to has to be something that you interact in that way with. You know, I feel like that's just so limiting for the way we view women.
Yeah, and ourselves too.
Also, exactly. 100%.
To believe that that's our role, that we have to do that, and that if we don't, we're less than, or that like we should be ashamed of ourselves. Like if we don't do that, if we don't find a woman attractive and then take it anywhere, or you know,
ashamed is weird. I hear you. Nowadays, I've been because it's such a lack. Like I've out there, it's almost like I have honor there for that. I don't know. I want to I'm like, man, it's just I don't like the way it's looking out here. Like I don't know. For me, I take honor and I can agree. Listen, there's balance there, bro. I agree with you. Yes, she's fire. She's beautiful. She's attractive. Now, if that's your energy, I'm balance it out with my natural energy to tell you like that doesn't mean that we have to, bro. You're mad obvious. You know what I'm saying? Well, we discussed that before. It's like, I could see somebody who's beautiful. I don't got to look at them and continue to stare and let them know about it, all that extra shit. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's a weird little... I mean, I don't want to shame anyone, but to me, it's, again... even if you did that and you took that route, because we've all taken the route, that's why I say I like where, like, Christianity would be like, you know, we're all fallen, right? So it's like, oh, just be better. You know what I'm saying? You make the decision, you tried it, and now, you know what I'm saying, like, balance it out. That's why I like to talk balance. Right. You know what I mean? Like, now, obviously, Diddy's really imbalanced. There's a lot of imbalance in there. I ain't gonna hold you, like, I don't know how he finds balance.
Is our heroes, you know, or who are used to be our heroes and people we looked up to, that again we don't know how to deal with, and so the easier conversations to try to forget about it or make jokes, you know, again, and it's fun. You know, I do find it interesting that folks can recognize, especially adults, how media is bullshit, how what we watch is probably not good for us, but we regurgitate a lot of the stuff that we still hear and consume. That's why people regurgitate the jokes when it comes to Diddy, because that's all we're seeing.
Right.
It's hard to escape it. Like, even me, I think I have a pretty okay algorithm in some of my socials, and still, like, I see the jokes. And, you know, so how I just plan to deal with it is, like, not laugh, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm not going to, or not give it air anymore. If I'm not going to talk about how this is a serious topic and how what he really did is actually impactful to a lot of people beyond the sex trafficking that he's alleged. He's alleged to have been taken a part of.
You think he started that? I was
know?
like, yo,
no,
guys,
but he didn't start that,
snake.
right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so now, because we really got to talk, right? It's, and if it's that, right, sex trafficking doesn't happen by one person. That's a network of
racketeering also. I heard?
Yeah. That's a network. We're talking about a network of people. And again, if we keep on the basic level making jokes about such a serious thing, then even there, I know people hate to admit it, but even there, we're not gonna get to the head of the snake. You know, if we can't let go of the jokes, we're not gonna get to the head of the snake. Because to me, not letting go of the jokes is the equivalent of being afraid to even get near the snake.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I saw this like Andrew Schultz, right? Whatever, you know who Andrew Schultz is, the comedian, I guess,
with the mustache.
Yeah.
And I saw that he recently was making light of something that people were. Is that where you're going?
Yeah. So he had some like. No, I was just gonna speak about him. Why he came to mind is because I forgot who asked me to pay attention to him, and I did, because his stuff is like, you know, raunchy, like flagrant, I guess. I mean, what is it called? What's his show called? This podcast, Flagrant Fools or something like that. I don't know, but basically he's known for like his very like direct, kind of harsh humor, if you will.
Yeah.
Unfiltered, they call it. But to me, it's just high school jokes in a grown man body. You feel me? Like, I had to look up his age, because the way he was even in his podcast,
he's almost 40.
When he was like trying to diss these guys for their apology, he was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm never gonna fucking apologize for what I say. If I say your people are mudfuckers, is because I want to say your people are mudfuckers, talking to his Indian friend or whatever, whoever that guy was. And that's what I'm saying. That's high school shit. Like, and then his friend said something like, and if I want to say your people are, and he named like the whitest thing that he could think of. I'm like, that's high school shit. Like, do you understand? Like, I've been to cafeterias of high school. Like, that's how they joke around. Like, and I'm seeing that right now, and that's what y'all call unfiltered. You know what I'm saying? That's raunchy. That's what's cool, to be like, oh my god, he just says the wildest shit. No, he's saying high school shit in a 40-year-old body, and we're just accepting it and calling this guy cool. Yeah. Like, and I'm sure if I was, it was funny. It was funny enough, because like,
raunchy to me is like,
I'm a nobody. Like, we're nobodies now. I'm pretty sure if he was to hear me, he would probably love to take a clip of me and show me on his podcast and be like, this fucking, get a load of this fucking guy. With his fucking hair.
Who is this?
Who's his? And start making fun of my looks and stuff. And, you know, and what annoys me is that young men would eat it up. And they'll be like, yeah, you're right. Who the fuck is this guy? And they would not pay attention to anything we just said right now about how this is some guy making high school jokes. And that's why we ultimately can't take nothing serious, especially when it comes to rape jokes. And that's really affecting men. So us having this conversation in a serious tone is about helping men ultimately. But no. I think other men would say Andrew Schultz being able to joke around and be free in his jokes is what actually is good for men. And how do we, again, how do we start moving on? Well, people have to recognize these guys for who they are, and like, we gotta start cutting them off. I do think you can be very funny. There are a lot of comedians that don't have to do these harsh racist jokes and really play on these jokes. Like,
I would have to meet him in person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
would tell anybody.
Cat Williams has his problems, but Cat Williams is that one I can think of. His stand-ups don't like overly play on like racist jokes just to talk about race and really go. He not just calling. He has jokes on crackers, right? But that's not his whole shtick, and he doesn't like start to then get vulgar with it.
And he makes jokes on himself too. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you know, again, he's not perfect, but again, he's one I can think of. And then there's just, I don't, like, when comedians like that exist in our world, then there's a space for them to even make money, and lots of it. Then what we're saying is that there's a market for that. And what men are saying and buying into is his, because I doubt women are his crowd. I mean, maybe they are.
I don't even listen to him, honestly. I just seen him around. But I've seen his
I don't want to tell you what
around.
to do, but I don't think you'll like him anyway. I mean, maybe.
He was also on Bro Code, I think that's how he started. I would see like I liked to watch Bro Code, Girl Code because it would like expose the like it would be cute like to see each
What
other
was
like
that show? What was
it
that?
was on MTV or some shit like that.
Wow.
Bro
MTV,
Code and they
man.
would yeah, it was way low back way back.
Okay.
So I saw him on that, but you know, to me each his own, bro. Shit like that not gonna last, Al. That's in my opinion, bro. That shit not gonna last.
He's been going around for a
That's
while.
my opinion.
But
and if he lasts,
it's not gonna last if what? Because if we don't do nothing, he's gonna last.
In terms of it's not
he's
gonna
not
last.
The first,
in terms of like he's not gonna keep. Proof is in the pudding, and he's not gonna stay. In my opinion, he's not gonna stay like that forever. So whoever's following him, because they're all just followers, really. Then they're gonna change because he's gonna change.
But is he gonna change for the better?
I don't know, but I will have to. I would live to. I would not. I'm not counting on him.
That's
the same way I'm not counting on my father or nothing like that. Right. I'm not waiting on that man. But what I like to say is that's what we're doing here. And to each his own, bro. You know, people want to join the circus. I got nothing to say about the circus. There's other people who want to go and join Wall Street. Fuck it, I know family in Wall Street. Teach his own, bro. I don't think Wall Street gonna last either like that either. You know what I'm saying? But teach his own. You know, like I'm not. I think that's even what high schoolers, that's where they lose their power too. When we want to take us back to high school, those people have nothing if they don't have attention. So I ain't giving you attention like that, my brother. Like you're not my crowd either.
That's all we gotta do.
You know what I mean?
That's all we gotta do, man. Just not like
because if
be
I'm
able to
if,
do
if
that
he's
and then
sitting
move
here to
on.
talk about your looks, but
Right.
he's, you know what I'm saying, like.
But he's making jokes like he's in high school. Like then we're not in the same level.
But boy,
Your
yeah,
jokes don't even hit me.
He don't look.
That's
like
a high school.
He don't look great either.
That's like a high schooler joking to me right now. I'm like, okay, you still gotta go to bed when your mom tells you to.
It's like right. So
hey, you know what I'm saying? Like we're not on the same level.
Proof is in the pudding. You feel me? I would imagine, like, look at we Diddy, right? We didn't know how many people don't respect him because they feared him. So I wonder how many people respect you because I know I get respect. You feel me? Like, I'm not out here doing shit for fame. I know I get respect. So, and I know even when I die, there's no stories to be told about me that I will have respect. You know what I'm saying? So that's what matters to me.
Yeah.
So keep doing your thing. Andrew, like, if that's what you want to do, and everybody want to follow Andrew, Schultz, Tate, whoever you want. Milanakis, what's his name? Andy. Andrew. Like, go ahead, bro. Whoever you want to follow, man.
Love to
on
Twitch. I think he's on Twitch.
Because like what I'm saying, like when I think we followed them, I followed Eminem until I started seeing where he's going, and I was like, shit, I don't want us to be mad at my mom.
Well,
so
couldn't we get there earlier? Is my point. Because that's my thing.
Amen.
I think
that'd be nice.
Like knowing what I know now, it's like, yeah, I would have liked somebody to pull me earlier. Because eventually, yes, I reached that point, but who knows the different choices I would have made in my life because I was influenced by the stuff I was hearing already. That eventually, we grew. But then again, how many people don't have the opportunity? And how many men to have an opportunity to separate themselves and to then start to grow from that and challenge, get a chance to challenge and really look at what they see. So again, I think that's where...
I want you to read that shit, bro.
Oh, yeah, let's go back.
That's actually, it's really good. It's really good.
Because actually, I was hoping to end by now.
No, but just read it and we end on this note. Because I think this is somebody, so guys, just so you can see, I just took some screenshots real quick. You just leave it. I took some screenshots of something that this person, the collectors, posted. And I just thought it was a great point. All survivors deserve our care and support, including men and boys. If you are going to discuss Diddy's predatory behavior, do not erase them from the discussion.
I mean, this video circling around about Justin Bieber's and
so then, right, these no Diddy jokes are homophobic at the minimum and downplay the severity of his abuse. Not only that, these jokes attempt to correlate homosexuality with pedophilia, which is dangerous for people in the queer community. I feel like you don't even think about that. I was like, love, man. It is the type of behavior that makes survivors, and especially men, boys, underreported in claims of sexual abuse. Such on, like, bullseye. Abuse is a group project. Right, and many of you didn't hesitate to sign your name as an active participant. And before y'all say I am being too serious, right, let me remind you that these jokes are also how abusers continue to get the benefit of the doubt because the comedic relief distorts our collective perspective to see these abusers for how dangerous they truly are. Let's get real honest. Internalized patriarchy has conditioned a lot of y'all to equate the abuse of men as a personal issue with their masculinity. And you all can claim that's not true, but your jokes say otherwise. And you are aiding abusers and pedophiles who use shame as an isolation tool to keep little boys and young men from reporting sexual assault. This is why we still have grown men to this day framing their first sexual encounter as a boy with an adult as consensual. Or as we were talking about, not one forever young, and you just continue this process. Seriously, stop it. And men, I implore you to stop laughing at these jokes at the expense of your own sexual autonomy. And if you can't be moved to do it for yourself, at least do it for the young men boys who too deserve to have healthy sexual maturation, void of abuse and support, if God forbid they become preyed upon. And then I love this was also for women. That's why I love the balance. I was like, and women, this is especially for you. There is no way to dismantle gender oppression and the targeting of femme people while upholding archaic belief systems about masculinity and gay men. Unpack that shit. Rape culture isn't okay no matter who it aims at, and many of you say you want to end until men are the butt of the joke. Rampant abuse is a cultural issue. The abusive action may not be ours, but the culture is. The culture is. Abuse is a group project. Don't forget it. Stop co-signing. Amazing. Abuse is a project. Group, excuse me.
Yeah, it's an interesting framing, man. I mean,
And
I gotta
amazing.
like
I was
this,
like,
yeah.
so like articulated so well, bro. Love, man. I appreciate you for letting that sneak in there, man. That's a good little point right there. Like,
No, I mean, is she collectress? They
I imagine a woman. I
they
imagine collectress.
So I usually
yeah.
like to say they. I hope people don't get offended because
They,
they
that's
is gender neutral, man. If I say they and it's man, like don't get offended. It's because sometimes whatever.
I go by that too.
Yeah,
it's safer.
Like, it's safer. I mean, people sometimes get offended. I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
understand. Now they has become a thing for just trans people. Like, what's going on, man? Since when?
Ignorance. They just don't want to make a change, and it's such a natural change. It's like wow, like Anyway,
Got to give it to them though, because I mean, yeah, they highlighted everything I would ever want to say about this topic in these few posts, right? About and for some of the things we were talking about earlier, right? As far as like joking around about this, especially this piece right here about that the abuse of men being a personal issue with their masculinity, and then like the fact that we're aiding abusers and pedophiles, and also that the way we make these jokes is really what contributes to men not being able to report sexual assault. But again, and as we were talking about, right, we don't have the foundation to talk about it. It hasn't been modeled for us. I think I do appreciate this person naming it. I mean, the group project part is also an interesting framing, right? Because, again, if we're in class and we're being told what to do, so technically there's a teacher who assigned this group project, right? And if you don't do it, there's consequences. And so, there's also that piece as well. So that, again, I guess for metaphorically, I would see that as the systems we live under, not only the patriarchy, but most the capitalism, right? That's about destruction, that is about division, that is about keeping things like abuse being part of our society, that we all engage on. The hope is that we all engage in it, because that's a way to keep each other fighting, traumatized, right? But again, I do the framing is just on point, man, about how just we love to joke around, and it's like it's time to really end it. I mean, especially if we're serious about change. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks that you would talk to, and I'm sure if you talk to a man and you ask him, especially a man with kids, like, if this is their young boy, like, if you ask them, like, if somebody violated you as a young boy, like, if somebody touched your private parts, your son's private parts, like, a lot of men I'm pretty sure right now that I could talk to would be like, hell no, like, I would want my son to tell me, fuck out of here, like, right? But then it's like, the jokes that you make are going to prevent another man from speaking out, because they're going to laugh at me. If you coming out and you say that you believe that men really can't get raped, that grown men can't get raped, then again, that's the same thing as saying that, if your little man hears you say that, they're going to be like, well, I'm a man, so I can't tell my dad what happened to me. So it's like things that, there's stuff in our culture that still exists, to the collector's point, that gotta keep addressing.
That is on all of us.
That is on all of us.
On all of us. So I was
and
like,
then
wow.
to continue addressing And then also figuring out ways to just communicate without that stuff existing in our language, bro. It's that simple, you know. Like again, I went years. I used to say nigga, nigga, nigga a lot. That was in my part of my vocabulary. I learned.
Bitch.
Yeah, I learned more about like how to just even that. I learned when I started learning about historical facts of this country and racism, and then it's like, okay, maybe my relationship with the word changed. I was able to not say it for over 10 years, you know. And then recently, I will honestly say since the pandemic, it's been like, what, you know, I've said it loosely, as well. So to me, I've already proved to myself that there's things I could eliminate. Now I have a different relationship to the word. So, and still understanding of historical facts. I don't get offended at myself for saying it.
But the awareness and the conviction is the part that a lot of people don't allow themselves to feel.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
so
that's the problem.
You know, and just to try it, you know, try like not saying the jokes, you know, try not making this a joke. Try not repeating.
So interesting.
Like,
try being unique. Try standing out.
No.
Try being a trendsetter. Try not following. Try creating your own news. Try saying something different.
Well, because eventually we're following somebody, right? Because I'm saying this, so then somebody will be like, well,
but
you're telling me I'll follow you.
To change.
You know, I'm following you. If you're telling me not to say these jokes, and I'm following you.
I would love that to change.
But it's like, but people, we're humans, though. I do believe we're social animals, so we're all going to follow each other. Yeah, we're going to follow each other.
People.
Well, we're social animals. We're going to follow to who's going to bring us, who we're going to feel safe with.
Yeah, but look at how, that's what I'm saying. You started the thing, and I followed you on not saying the N-word. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And I still have to make your own choices. You know what I'm saying? But it's the.
But I was there too, where others I saw that we were cool with didn't make the choice and thought to make it a joke. I saw that, but again, be unique. What did I feel? I don't like what that felt like. I felt like I could laugh at that, but also take you seriously, but also see like, see, that's why like you can appreciate one thing without appreciating the other. Yeah. I didn't like that part. I never liked that part. It's like you don't have to agree with me, but now with the whole jokes, it's like you're trying to squash me. It's like you're trying to get me to just leave where I'm at. Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Get back
it's different. You feel me? Like that's different. There's a different energy towards all of that. Where we was men, we seen it. But again, that's why I was saying, me as a man, that
it takes practice. It takes practice.
It never resonated. It's so counter masculine to me when it's like that feeling to then leave myself to follow you guys so it could be cool. It didn't feel that. I don't feel like, and I don't want to call it masculine, but maybe it is masculine. Like we could attribute that to masculinity, and then femininity is a nurture thing where it brings everyone in and they say, oh, I love that you do that. Oh, let me try that out. Oh, that's so I never thought of that. That's sweet. You know what I'm saying?
Perhaps that's touch for sure.
No, I'm saying balance. I'm saying, but we as men are not. We don't. You know, I do actually when I think about that, and I give men props. Now it's interesting. Actually, when I'm just thinking about it right now, like it is kind of tapping into a femininity. I never thought of that. I could see how it's interesting. Like me being like, damn, bro, that's fire. Actually, way better than I did it. Can you help me teach me that? It feels less masculine. It's interesting, but it's not. It's just interesting though to think about that.
And then that's not even in our script. If you will, to that we could ask for. Well, again, I guess not. You're not supposed to ask for help. We're the guys that figure it out. It's masculine to figure it out on your own.
And if you help me, only 5 seconds, and then finish it. Don't finish it. I can do it. Just teach me how.
It's it's ways we block ourselves. Yeah, for sure.
That's all it is.
For sure.
And we made that masculine because men are in control. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's
a man
when you really think about it. Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, again, shout out to the Collectress, was it? Yeah, the Collectress again, man.
And Chantel, the ladies tapping in.
Man. Appreciate you, but definitely it's time to go because
I gotta eat.
We gotta eat. It's getting late, man. This is good, man. Thank you, appreciate you again. This is us. It's your boy.
Yeah, your boy Rob Hegan.
So we're out again.
Appreciate you, man.
My new camera, I forgot. I'm over here. I was looking at this one.
Love.
All right, so we out of here.
Love to you, bro. Great talk.
Great talk, man. Let me sign this out. Thank you. We love you too. We love you too. Shout out again. You get another shout out. More shout outs.
I love y'all and shit.
I love y'all and shit.